Hey everyone, welcome to Dear Dad with Ivan and Brad. He's Ivan, I'm Brad. We got Johnny in the building, and we are two dads who want to give you a male and a father's perspective on everything parenting, divorce, remarriage, raising your children, and all kinds of other stuff.
What about regular marriage?
No, not regular marriage.
Just remarriage?
Just remarriage.
Okay.
And this is episode 5. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
So, before we begin, I wanna respond to a comment that Jocelyn gave us on one of our videos. She had a question for us. She was asking for advice about being a single mother. What advice we would give to a single mother, a mother that has children with somebody that wants nothing to do with their kids. And honestly, I don't know. Like, there's no advice we can really give.
I've got tons of advice.
No. What do you know about being a single mother? What do you know about that?
Absolutely nothing.
Exactly. So
You know what I do know, though?
What?
I do know what it means to be a single father. So I do understand the single part of it because I was married. Now I'm remarried. However, I went through a time when it was just me and the boys. But the other thing is...
No mom?
No, the mom was
That's
there.
the situation we're speaking
I
about,
gotcha.
though.
Well, then what I would speak to on that is I would say, as a mother, as a single mother, or even as a single father, where the other parent is not in the picture, but if you're a single mom, do not try to be the mother and the father.
Well, sometimes they're gonna have to be a little bit. They might not always be able to completely. And like I've said before, there's some things that a mom just can't teach or speak about.
Right.
You know,
And that's what I'm
because of
talking
the
about.
experiences. But they can definitely try. We can't really tell them don't try to be because they can try.
Well, how do you be a father?
Excuse me.
How do you be a father? Like, how does a woman be a father?
You gotta give me some more on that question. You're not.
Well, you're saying they can try to be both, and I'm saying why? Why try to be both?
Because they have to be until they can find a replacement.
What if you searched deep into your extended family, into your friends, into what's the organization called? Big Brothers, Big Sisters?
Yeah,
type of
those.
thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So organizations like that.
By replacement, I meant a partner to become the new father figure. That's what I was referring to.
Oh yeah, no, I'm saying like just find someone who can be there as a male perspective for them, as a mentor,
Right.
someone who can teach them those things.
Yes, they can do that as well.
Right.
Or like a coach.
Yep.
Things like
exactly.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was your point? Find one?
Yeah. My point was find one.
Yeah, but until you are able to find one, the mother has to try to be both.
No.
Yes.
Well,
What do you mean no?
So what part of the father are you being? If you're the mother, what part of the father are you being?
Discipline.
Don't moms discipline?
Usually, are you telling me that usually men aren't the ones that take more of the discipline responsibilities?
I would say they usually take it if it's in a male.
So
and
why would
female
you
point
fight
of
me
view.
back on that if you're agreeing? Like,
I'm just saying that's just a parent thing. Like if you're a dad,
yeah.
you're gonna discipline.
So okay, so let me ask you this then, because
And you're also gonna love.
hold on.
I'm coming at you
giving,
hard.
I know, but you're giving me pushback. But can you answer the same question?
Yes.
What
I can
is the
answer it.
father then? What are those things that she can't do?
What are the things that she can't do that a father can do?
Yeah.
I'm saying there's not really a whole lot. You don't have to try to be a father figure to them. But like when it comes to like teaching your boys, maybe from a male's perspective on how to date or how to be a man, there's certain things about being a man.
Women can try. Women know about those sort of
Well, yeah,
things
they
a
can
little
say,
bit. Well,
I would agree with you. I would say they can definitely say, hey, when you take a woman out, this is what she likes. This is what she wants to feel. This, things like that. I can definitely say that, but I would say keep it from a female's point of view. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would say. I'd say keep it from a female's point of view and say how do you want to teach your kids from a female point of view? That's just my perspective on it.
right, but a woman can teach a child about how men are from a woman's point of view as well.
I think they can a little bit, yeah. I would say, so like this.
Honestly, Brad, I'm kind of lost right now. I don't know what we're agreeing on or disagreeing on.
Right,
at this point.
here's what we are going to agree on. This is what we're going to agree on. I'm going to tell you what we're going to agree on. We are going to agree that, like, if you're a mother and you do not participate in sports, don't try to go out and be your son or daughter's coach. Don't try to go out and throw the football or baseball around with them when that's not what you want to do. Like, that's not who you are. Don't try to become someone that you're not. So stay true to yourself.
I'll disagree on that.
Really? Okay. So you're
so my mom wasn't about sports, but I remember her taking me to the park to play basketball with her.
But she didn't coach you.
No, she didn't coach me, but she tried to teach me what she could. I'm sure, if I remember correctly, my mom would take me to the park and she would be there while I shot around.
Okay, so should I teach? If I'm a single father, should
you teach daughter about makeup?
Yes, that was my very next question.
Let me say this.
Go ahead.
Let me say this.
Go ahead.
Should you, Brad? Probably not, because you don't know anything about makeup.
I used to be in acting. I used to have to wear makeup on stage.
Okay, but
I still don't know anything about.
But you know what you could do is you could learn, and then teach her what you do learn.
Why not just find a woman to teach her? Why try to teach her something that I don't need to teach her? Like, that's not what my role is as a father, is to teach my daughter how to put makeup on. Like, I want to go find a woman.
But until you do find somebody to do it, because you also can't just put your daughter or son in front of anybody, because we know that's irresponsible and unsafe.
Well, you know what?
Until you find somebody you can trust to do those things with your children.
YouTube.
That's what I just said. You learn how to do it yourself.
No. I'm not going to learn how to do it myself.
You're just going to sit her down in front of the YouTube?
Yeah, I'm going to say, this person right here got 10 million views on how to put blush on.
Get out of here.
Watch her do it. I'm telling you. But 50 years ago, when there was no YouTube, no, I would not even have tried to figure out how to put makeup on to teach my daughter. I've been like, hey, babe, you're not going to be able to wear makeup for a while.
Yeah. So, Jocelyn, what I wanted to say was pretty much what we've been talking about this whole time, where until you're able to find that father figure, just try your best to teach your son or your daughter whatever you can about different aspects in life, you know? It's being a single mother is by far the toughest thing a person can go through, and I know this because I've seen my mom go through it. You know, she was pretty much a single mother her whole life, adult life. You know, well, actually, according to her, like a lot of her childhood too, because she helped raise nieces and nephews and sisters and brothers, so she's always been kind of that mother role. But like I've said, I was without my dad 8 years. And even then, when we did come, he wasn't really much help to her. You know, so even then, she was still kind of a single mother.
Right.
So I've seen it firsthand how hard it is. And that's why I say, us as men, what advice can we give? Like, just keep trying your best. You know, eventually, either you will find somebody to help you, or you won't need anybody to help you, and you'll raise wonderful children on your own. Either way is possible, I think.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we do keep saying, you and I keep saying, a child does need both mother and father.
Right.
Just for those different little conversations, situations.
Right.
But unfortunately, it's just not possible sometimes.
Yeah, not all the time. I would say if you're actively looking for it, it's kind of like there's a thing called Reticular Activating System. RAS.
Say what?
Reticular Activating System.
I've been awake since.
Listen.
Hold on. I've been awake since 4 o'clock in the morning. Please do not throw these big ass words at me.
Okay, well, I'm going to explain these big words to you in little words. You ready?
Yeah.
So, Reticular Activating System, known as RAS, is like, let's say you go out and buy yourself a brand new red Porsche. Well, when you start driving down the road, now all of a sudden you're starting to notice all these red Porsches. So it's whatever your mind finds to focus on that you'll see more of naturally.
I've been through that.
Okay.
Yes, continue.
So I would say, as a single mother, if you're actively thinking along the lines of, what could I do for my son or my daughter? Like, what kind of male perspective could I give them? And you're always looking for that. Maybe you'll find it in a movie. Like, maybe you'll find a really cool, like, 30-second or 3-minute clip in a movie. They're like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. I want my son or daughter to hear that. Maybe you'll see it on a TED Talk on YouTube, or maybe your friend will say something to you, and you're like, hey, can you text that to me, or can you email that to me, or can you, whatever it is. Can you come over to the house and have that conversation with my son or my daughter? From a male's point of view, that would help. But I would not say I have the perfect advice on how to raise your children as a single mom, only because I've never been just a single father who didn't have the other parent actively involved in their kids' lives.
Right.
So I would say work really hard at it and just give yourself some patience, but also give yourself some grace. Allow yourself to make mistakes. Allow yourself to not make every event. Allow yourself to not always say the right words, because you can't be everywhere at once. You can't be everyone at once. So don't expect yourself to be the perfect symbol, and your kids will grow up, and I think they'll honestly look at you and remember all those times that you struggled. Like, how many memories could you tell me right now of how much your mom was involved in your life? Whether she made a mistake or not, you knew she loved you. You knew she was looking out for you. And I think that if moms can keep that in the back of their mind, that they will remember, because we all remember. And it's the parents who participate in the kids' lives. The kids don't forget. Like, when you become an adult, you don't forget. So give yourself some grace and give yourself some patience. And that's my advice. Show's over. Drop the mic. Bam.
This question was perfect with the topic we're going to discuss today, which I think everybody knows by now I'm very outspoken about and passionate about, because I'm going through it, right? You have not so much. You've gone through it halfway.
Maybe not even halfway. Maybe like 27%.
No, halfway, because you guys have it on, I don't know, whatever. I'm all over the place today. So,
what are we talking about, Ivan? Come on.
We're going to talk about step-parents today.
Oh, step-parents. Okay.
You are remarried. Your kids have a step-parent now.
They do.
In Tanya.
Mm-hmm.
The mother of my children is remarried as well. Mm-hmm. So now they have a step-parent in Brad. Or and Blake, that's his name.
Okay, I was say that's a cool name if you had that.
So I've mentioned it before where, okay, let me start over with this, okay?
Okay, that was rewind.
I've seen women, I've watched women defend some pretty crappy men when it comes to this subject, where no matter what's going on in their lives, as far as how crappy of a baby daddy they have, they will always defend them. That's your dad. That's your dad. That's your dad. That's your dad. And even if they have a new partner, he has a dad. He has a dad. You don't do this. You don't do that. He has a father. Could be as deadbeat as can be. Could be in prison for life. He has a father. He has a father. So, and then you see the opposite, where there's some moms or some dads that will completely dismiss a great co-parent, and they will try to, I would say, overly embrace the new step-parent to a point where it's like, how could I say, it's like over the top.
Right.
Because I think I said it a few episodes ago, if me as a father am present in the lives of my children, and I do everything I need to do, why would you as a mother not dig it into your kids' brains that, hey, your father is right here. He's here. Mm-hmm. This is my husband now. He is your friend. He is your stepdad. But that over there is your father. He does everything for you guys. He is always here for you guys. He's never late. He never doesn't show up.
Right.
He does everything he needs to do. And it's crazy how that's how that goes. The crappy co-parents always get the most what's it called? When you back somebody up. Help me out, Brad.
I'm trying to think.
When
you back somebody up.
Yeah, they always get the most support.
Oh, yeah. Are you talking about support from friends, family?
No, from the mom or from the dad. The crappy co-parent always gets the most support.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. From the other parent.
Yes.
Okay, the other co-parent. Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, I got you now.
So I use me as an example.
So you're a crappy co-parent.
I'm the good co-parent.
Oh, you're the good okay.
Yeah, I don't feel I have that support.
Gotcha.
If it were up to their mom, my kids would be calling him dad.
Right.
If I wasn't so adamant about, yo, I'm your dad.
Mm-hmm.
He is your mom's husband. Yeah, he's your stepfather, but he's your friend.
Mm-hmm.
I tell my kids this, Brad, because I've said before, I'm brutally honest with my kids.
Right. Yeah, I remember.
I tell them, yo, if I was dead, if I wasn't around, you can call him dad, but I'm here. And look, we're on our way to soccer games and soccer practice. So why in the world would you ever call anybody else dad? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think that we need to figure out exactly what a good parent is, and we need to show support to that parent. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like some people have no idea of what a good parent really is.
Yeah. I can see that. Yeah.
Have you had any issues from your ex with stepmom now?
No. I mean, she initially didn't want her making medical decisions for them and important decisions like that.
Like what?
Just anything. I mean, I couldn't even tell you. It was a general text or something that I got.
She just said that. Yeah.
And the thing was, I said, she will be giving me her advice and her opinion, which will then come through me. So whether you hear it from me or you hear it from my
wife,
some bull?
You want to hear some bull?
Then it's going to happen.
You want to hear some bull?
What's that?
If I hadn't mentioned to my ex, hey, we getting the kids vaxxed? That conversation was not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't bring it up, it wasn't going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And according to our parenting plan, we're supposed to discuss medical stuff.
Right.
If I hadn't brought it up, it was not going to happen. And it's been like that with a few things. So I think that your ex-wife mentioning it was just kind of just in case.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, just so you know, I'm still here.
Right.
Even though you guys have your thing and I'm happy for you guys, or maybe she's not, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But maybe that was just her saying hey, still me and you over here with the kids, not just you guys.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, it could have been.
But you don't do anything to try to pull them away from their mom, right?
Oh, no.
That's good.
No. There's times where they've been upset with her, and I've even said to them, hey, guys, look at it from her point of view. Look at her perspective. And maybe it's you guys who are causing the issue. Maybe you could have looked at it from a different point of view, gone at it a different way. But instead, you freaked out, or you did this or did that, and give her a break. So, and I only know that obviously because.
But you're trying to play devil's advocate, right? Is that the right?
No,
I'm
trying to. No, you didn't.
No,
I wish you'd stop. But
guys, I'm sorry. I'm
no,
trying.
No, you're cool. I would say I'm trying to just instill in them, hey, it's about loving your mom and dad.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I want them to show my wife Tanya, their stepmom, respect. And they do. So
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by show them respect?
like when she asks them to do something,
Yeah.
go do it. Like if she says, hey guys, I need you guys to pick up your clothes and take them upstairs, they do it. I need one of you guys to do the dishes tonight. One of you put the dishes away, the other one load the dishwasher back up again. They should do it. If she says, hey guys, can I get some help around the house vacuuming or sweeping the floors, they should do it. Because they don't own the house. They live there rent free. And so if an adult asks them to do something that's helping out around the house, then they should do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I've told them, you'll give her respect. And they agreed to that.
Good.
Yeah. But I've never told them, like, you have to call her mom, you know. But they do know that she is a motherly figure to them.
Would you ever ask them to?
Uh-uh.
No? Good.
Oh.
Yeah. If they felt like they wanted to, though, would you allow it?
Yeah, I would ask them why first. If they're like, we want to call Tanya mom, I go, okay, do you want to because you don't feel close to your mom? Or do you just feel like Tanya has given you so much love and support that you want to call her mom also?
And you would allow that?
And I would think I would allow it, but it's their decision. And like I said, my boys are 14 and 18. So if they chose at that time, I'm not going to stop them.
Mm-mm. Hell no.
And the reason...
Think about it the other way. Would you ever want those two boys of yours calling another man dad, no matter how nice the guy is?
It honestly wouldn't bother me.
It wouldn't bother you at all?
It might. I mean, it might bother me a little bit from the point of view of...
that would break my heart.
But I would clarify it by saying, like, you guys still think of me as your dad, right? The guy who loves you, you know, and helped bring you in this world. And they're like, yeah, Dad. He's been there for us too. We just want to call him Dad because he's been there. I'm like, okay. I mean, as long as you guys know that I'm the real dad and he's another dad, then that's fine. To me, sometimes, and it's hard as humans because we're emotional.
Prideful.
Yeah, but we're emotional human beings. And so we attach meaning to words. Like the most beautiful word anyone ever hears is their name. And so anytime someone says your name, it gives you these good feelings about yourself. And that's why it's important when you're speaking to someone to use their name. That's a little bit off subject, but what I'm saying is we're attaching feelings and emotions to words. So you're attaching your identity to the word dad, when in reality, you are their dad. If they call you father, dad, daddy, whatever they decide to call you, you're still their dad. But, you know, and I can understand, though, that you don't want them to call another man dad. But if my kids were like, we just want to, like, we feel like he's helped raise us and he's always with mom and he's always doing this and that for us, okay, then if that's what you're going to do, then that's what you're going to do. Just as long as you know that I'm your dad. They're like, no, we still think of you as our dad, and we want you to be our dad, and no one can ever replace you. If they were telling me things like that, then I would be like, okay.
See, that's where you and I
know.
Maybe it's because I'm more prideful than you. Like, that's just who I am as a person.
Mm-hmm.
More jealous, probably too, as well. You know.
Yeah, and it's hard because, like I said, mine are 14 and 18, so I'm kind of speaking out of turn because in the back of my mind,
there's no way it'll happen.
I know that won't happen.
Yeah.
So to me, I'm kind of playing the devil's advocate. Bam. See how I brought that right back into the conversation?
Sure.
Of saying...
I'm pretty sure I used it correctly anyways.
But saying that, you know, I wouldn't mind it. When I was 28 years old, 29 years old, 30 years old, all of a sudden my kids, you know, 4, 5, and 6, and they're like, hey, Daddy, we want to call this our guy Daddy too. I'm like, really? It might have affected me differently. I don't know. I've you know, I'm 15 years past all that. So
there's no way it doesn't affect somebody. I think you're right. What you just said, that it's because you can't even, you know, it's not even.
Yeah, I can't fathom it.
A possibility for you, right? First of all, there's no guy there. Second of all, they're so much older. Third, they love you to death, right? For me, the husband that their mother is with now, he's been with her since we split up, pretty much.
Since they're babies.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he's been in my daughter's life pretty much since she was born.
Okay.
And in my son's life since he was 2.
See, that's tough.
And he seems like a great guy.
Yeah.
And he seems like he treats them. It seems like he treats them well, treats their mother well. You know,
Did
so
he have any kids before?
no, but they do have one together now.
They have one together now.
Right.
Okay.
So I'm not, and I don't even tell him like, hey, that's just your stepbrother or half brother.
Right.
I don't even say that. I don't say that to him. Yeah, that's your brother.
Mm-hmm.
That's your brother. You know, they're the third.
Sure. Yeah.
But when it comes to the dad thing, like, come on. I think we went through a time, maybe 2 years ago, or I don't remember when it was, where that was kind of a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Where like I think their mom wanted to have them call him dad or something like that. I'm like, no, just no.
Right.
I'm here. I remember telling her like, yo, if I was dead, go ahead. If I'm not around, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have kids and their father's involved and their father's a good father, why would you take that from him?
I can see that. I'm also trying to look at it from the point of view of if you're a kid. Like, let's say you're a baby.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, like, here's your mom, and she's married to this guy, and everybody who has a mom who's married to another guy, the guy usually gets called dad. But in this case,
Who teaches them that, Brad?
I can't, because I call
Who
this other
teaches them that?
guy. Well, that you guys do.
Okay, so why? That's it.
Okay.
So why would she teach my daughter
Right.
to call him dad when she's a baby?
I gotcha.
That's the issue I'm having
So
here.
yeah, so she should be saying like, "This is Blake,
Yeah.
and that's your dad."
Yeah.
Yeah. They call you dad, or they call you daddy?
Well, now they both call me dad. Sometimes they still call me daddy when they want something or when I'm mad
Oh, sorry, daddy.
or when they're sad or whatever. But
Yeah.
now it's just dad for the most part.
I gotcha.
But and then on the other hand, okay, devil's advocate. Again, I don't know if I'm using it right or wrong. If you do have that awesome step parent, there's almost nothing better in this world.
Mm-hmm.
If you're able to find a step parent that is able to step up to the plate
Right.
and actually take care of the family and do all of the things that a father's supposed to do,
Right.
then you need to treat that man like a king, because not every man can do that.
Right.
I don't know if I could do that. I haven't had to do it, so I can't tell you yes or no for sure, but I know it would be hard because it's hard to, I'm sure, I don't know, honestly. Maybe I have no idea what I'm talking about, and I'll be fine if I had to do it. But I'm guessing it's a little difficult to do that. To come in and raise children that aren't yours. I'm sure it's a little difficult.
Well, sure, yeah.
Because you don't have that same connection, right?
Right.
So if you're able to find somebody that at the very least treats them great and
Mm-hmm.
takes care of you and your home and stuff, I think that, I think those are some of the greatest men out there.
Right. Yeah, definitely. I agree. And it goes both ways. It goes that way from mothers. Like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. I mean, if it's been a single dad this whole time, then mother comes in. And that's kind of like in my case. I mean,
Can I ask you about that real
you
quick?
can ask me about that.
When you first started talking to Tanya,
Mm-hmm.
when did you guys begin to talk? What year was this?
2019.
So your kids were how old?
Retract 3 years from 18, 15, and 11.
Okay, so when you told her, yo, I have 2 kids.
Mm-hmm.
If you come into my life, this is what I need from you as a woman in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
What were those things that you told her you needed from her as far as being around, being a stepmother? Maybe you didn't say stepmother. Maybe you just said, as a part of our family, this is what I need from you.
Yeah.
What did you say?
I think the one thing I remember more than anything is I said, don't worry about disciplining them. I'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because, first of all, she was brand new into their lives. She met them as a friend. So they didn't know her as anything else but a friend of their dad's. Then when they found out that she was dating me, then they started realizing, oh, Dad's seen somebody else.
Yeah.
And so, as time went on, the conversation came up like, hey, there's a good chance I'm going to marry her and stuff like that. And so when I talked to her about it, I said, hey, don't worry about disciplining my boys, only from the standpoint of I want them to continue to like you for who you are and how they knew you before we were dating. Like, you were friends with me.
And step-parents should never discipline physically, ever. Ever. I don't care how long they've been there. A step-parent should not be allowed to discipline physically.
Unless you're dead?
No, I don't care. No, they shouldn't be allowed. They should not be allowed. That is so wrong to me. How do you feel about that? You think that's okay if a step-parent disciplines a kid physically?
I think when they're young, if you have a kid who's just not minding and they're screaming at you and they're not ever doing anything, like, what else are you going to do? And you're the only one in the house.
You better figure something out. That's so crazy.
You can't discipline them.
Brad, if I wasn't the type of person I am, I'd be in jail right now. I swear to you.
So what are you talking about with discipline? Like, are you talking about spanking them?
Yeah, don't spank, don't smack.
Don't physically touch them.
I said physically. I'm sure I said physically.
Maybe you did.
He did. What do you mean you would be in jail right now?
Because I would do some very bad things.
Yeah.
No, to that step parent.
To his kid.
If I wasn't the type of person, Brad, the only reason I'm not in jail right now is because I am the type of person I am.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Because I've been through this. It's an issue for me and their mom.
Okay.
Okay.
I gotcha.
It should not be allowed.
I think that it's different if
I barely even physically discipline my children. Almost never now. At this point of their lives, almost never. Sometimes I'll give my son a little smack, just like, hey, wake up. I'm here. Just so you know, I'm right here. Wake up, But like, man, that's so wrong, Brad. That's so wrong. And I know people that will go out and do some real damage if they were in my shoes. But it's just hard for me because what good is it for me if I'm in trouble?
Right.
That's you see, that's just an endless cycle of trouble now. If I go out and do something stupid that I would have loved to do,
right,
it's just an endless cycle now because now I'm the troublemaker, right?
Yeah, I think in a perfect world, let's say it's a perfect world, okay? I would say the step parents could discipline in the form of spanking. Because in a perfect world, they would know when to spank, how much to spank. Like, it's not like if you're beating the kid on a regular basis, that's obviously a no. But if you're like, hey, I told you to stop that.
You're
and then
crazy, bro.
This
is another situation that you are just not in.
This is fight number 2.
Brad, you it's the same as before with the dad thing. It's not an issue for you, so you don't know how you really feel about it. But if your wife had another man at home, or your ex-wife had another man at home, a new man, and he was spanking your children, you would be okay with that.
Only because I came from a background of spanking.
So did I. I'm okay with spanking. Their mom can spank them all they want, all she wants. Why does he have to do it?
I would say, in a perfect world, if the 3 of you,
you're crazy,
could sit down and talk about what discipline looks like, and then you
just don't touch my kids. That's all. That's all you got to do. Don't touch my kids.
Can they hug them?
Brad, I'm not. This is serious.
I know, but I'm trying to calm you down some.
No, it's ridiculous that. Damn. It's because you have not been in the situation that you feel that way. If there was another man there that was spanking your children, you would not like it.
Okay. That's all I got.
If there was another man, if my mom were to remarry today and another man tried to smack my brother, I wouldn't like that either.
Oh,
because who are you to come over here?
But you're talking about, I guess, your brother's 17 to smack
you. You don't think my mom will smack the shit out of him right now?
Before you interrupted me earlier, I was going to say, I think it's different if there's a step parent growing up with a child who is younger, like from the age of 2 and up, I think that would be okay. But if one of the parents were to remarry while the child was already a teen, like 15, 16, that's not okay. But if they grew up with a child, I think that's fine.
There you go.
No.
Obviously, if my mom remarries today and he tries to discipline me that way, I wouldn't be happy with that because I don't even know this man.
Right. So, hey guys, leave us a comment about this. Like, we need to hear your guys' viewpoints. And
That's you guys are
and
killing me right now. That you guys think that
we
that's
need
okay.
to hear what the majority of the people out there feel, because I think it is like if the kids are small and the dad is a good dad or the stepmom is a good stepmom, then it's like, and I meant stepdad, but anyways, if they're a good stepdad or a good stepmom and they're spanking, it should be like one spank on the rear end and say, no, go to your room. You're not getting that.
Why do they need to do that though? Why?
Why do you?
Huh?
Why do you need to spank your kids?
I don't need to.
Okay, so
I listen.
that's why.
Listen.
Go ahead.
I don't need to, and that's why I don't do it. Have
Then
I
they
done,
probably wouldn't
have I
need to
done
either.
it? Have I done it in the past? Yes, I have. But I am their father. Just like if I am married, I am allowed to do things to my wife that you are not able to do to my wife, Brad, because she is my wife,
Right.
not your wife. And if you do things to my wife, we have a problem, right?
Right.
Completely different.
No, it's about what you should be able to do and not do. That's all I'm talking about.
But that's a
I
completely
gotcha.
different situation.
I gotcha.
Yeah, that's what an analogy is. It's a different situation.
Analogy would be in the same kind of thing.
What if we go back
That
to
analogy just don't make
Jesus.
sense.
what if we go back to the ex, like last week? She likes to give the kids a little bit of sugar, and then her new husband, their stepdad, likes to give the kids sugar because they grew up that way. Is it okay if they give them sugar when you don't want them to?
What?
If the two parents in the other relationship
Yeah.
both like sugar
Yeah.
and you don't, is it okay for them to give the kid sugar if you don't?
What are you trying to ask me? We already talked about this.
I know, but I'm saying if both parents, not just the other parent, I'm saying the step parent and the other parent, the co-parent, both like giving the kid sugar.
What's the difference between one or two of them? I don't understand why you bring this up.
Because I'm saying, like, if it's them who wants to do something and you, who has more power? Who gets to say so?
The conversation only needs to be between her and I. When you look at a parenting plan, is Tanya in that parenting plan, yes or no?
No.
It's just you and your wife.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
So that answers your question. That person is her husband first, before anything, or his wife before anything. Then you are a step parent. And that's a title given by law, basically. But really, what you need to be is a friend, a mentor when you need to be, if you need to be, right?
Okay.
But like, what? You guys are making no sense, man.
I was just giving you an analogy, like I was playing the devil's advocate.
But by doing that, you understand that you're giving me the understanding that you feel the opposite way, right? That you think that everything,
I think I do feel the opposite way.
which is so crazy to me, bro.
Yeah, I know.
And again, I think it's because you're not in that situation.
Yeah, maybe. I just think, like, I don't know. I kind of grew up where, like, you know, if you went to church and you weren't being good, sometimes you might get a SWAT. You know, I went to the principal's office when I was in grade school. I got a SWAT from the principal. He was not my dad. He was not my mom, and he spanked me.
That was a different time, though.
But you know what it is about that too, though.
That lasted for thousands of years.
Yeah.
Brad,
Society did just fine.
That's fine. I like what you said because I can add to that.
Okay.
Let's say I'm staying at my aunt's house, and my aunt wants to smack me because I did something stupid at her house. If my mom allows it, then that's fine. My aunt can smack me, right? But
What if the dad doesn't allow it though?
then that's a conversation that the mom and the dad need to have and figure it out.
Okay.
Are we going to allow the aunt to smack our son or not?
I gotcha.
My issue, Brad,
Mm-hmm.
is that I'm not even able to have that conversation with their mom
Right.
about. I mean, I've tried to.
Oh, okay.
I've said, hey, I don't want him disciplining our kids. You do it, or I'll do it.
And what did she say?
That it's her marriage and it's her house, and that if she wants it to be that way, it's going to be that way.
Gotcha.
Like, but very dismissive about it. Like, you need to shut up, Ivan. You have no control. That's how
gotcha.
that's how the conversations go.
I gotcha.
You know, so yeah, if your mom takes you to church, Brad, and the pastor smacks you, it's because your mom is allowing it, and your dad is allowing it as well.
Right.
That's fine.
Right. I think, and the reason why I said that is because I grew up that way, with everybody smacking me. You know, like my.
That explains quite a bit, actually.
I'm just messing.
Oh man, no,
but
you're not. Just got smacked. I'm about to smack you myself.
I know.
actually.
I
God.
already felt it.
I'm over here
I felt
sweating.
I
and
felt your
stuff.
verbal smack already.
Brad. I think that if I were to just erase everything I've said so far and just leave it at this point, this
Okay.
last point I made, where I'm not even able to have that conversation with their mom. I think that's what bothers me the most.
And that is tough, super tough, because I feel like you should be able to. I feel like you and your ex and even her new husband should be able to come together for the kids. You're doing it for the kids. You're not doing it for each other. You're doing it for the kids. Like, hey, guys, I think the kids need to be raised this way. And then she comes back and says, well, we feel like they should be raised this way. And so now it's them versus you kind of type of thing. And then all of a sudden, like, let's say you get remarried. Now it's you and your spouse versus them on how the two of you guys think that they should be raised.
See, but here's where I'm different, Brad. I wouldn't make it that way. It's always going to be me. I will always tell my spouse, my new spouse, you are. I only need you to be their friend. I will take care of everything else. I might ask you to help me with a few things here and there, like, hey, can you cook for us? Can you do the laundry in the house? Everything else, I got it. You don't need to discipline. You don't need to do this. Just be kind to them. If they need you for something, be there. Other than that, don't worry about it. You're here for me first, right? So I wouldn't even put that responsibility on somebody that obviously didn't want a responsibility like that in the first place if they didn't have kids of their own.
However, by them marrying you, they accept that responsibility.
Well, if they're marrying me, I'm letting them know that they don't have to, you know?
But would you let him?
Honestly, that's tough because
What if you saw
I'm
her?
a very
What if you saw your new spouse spank your son?
they're gone. They're gone.
Done. Divorced.
Done. Bye.
You're not
You-
gonna even talk about it?
You guys got
No.
married. You guys been married for like 6 months, a year, a couple
No,
years.
nothing. Gone.
You
Done.
look over, bam,
Done.
he's spanked.
Done.
We're done.
Done. I don't
You
care.
wouldn't have a conversation about it? Like, hey,
No,
we don't
done.
do that.
I wouldn't even ask what he did. You're out. I'm gonna talk to my son about what he did, and then I'm gonna probably whoop his ass again. But like, no, there's no need for you to touch my children.
Okay. That's tough, man. That's tough. You just gotta give her the boot and put it on the street.
Yeah, I Brad, if we're married already, it's because we've been together for a while, right?
Right.
We've had this conversation already then,
Yeah.
where you shouldn't be touching my kids.
Yeah.
So
do
you
people
touch
get
my kids, you're gone.
Do people get redos?
Not with that. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay. I think people should get redos. Like, hey, I thought we said we weren't gonna smack, the kids, or we weren't gonna spank the kids, or
See,
we weren't.
Brad, you're too nice, man. That's first of all, that conversation wouldn't even go like that. That's Man, Brad, you're so lucky that your life has gone the way it's gone, man, because it's hard out here, man. It's hard.
You don't think I've lived a hard life?
No.
Okay.
Not
Maybe
let's talk about it. Hold on.
Maybe I haven't.
Let's talk about it because
Okay.
I don't think you have.
Okay.
But if you have, then tell me. You grew up 2-parent household.
Yes.
They seem, from what I know, heard, to have a healthy marriage, happy marriage, lasting marriage. Yes or no?
They do now, yes.
They do now. Okay.
It wasn't that easy when I was growing up.
Why not?
Just a lot of arguing, you know. So my parents separated for a while. They thought they were going to get divorced.
What's a while?
I can't remember. I think it was like 6 months.
Oh,
to a
Brad,
year
that's
or
a
something.
vacation, baby. Every couple needs one of those. That's nothing, man. But there was never like. Do you have any trauma from your childhood?
Trauma like PTSD.
No, just maybe, or maybe just some emotional trauma.
I'm sure I do. I got spanked a lot.
You would know if you have it or not, I think.
I don't know. I mean, I know that my parents loved me a lot, and they supported me a lot, but I also got disciplined a lot. I mean, I got
You got
spanked
smacked a lot?
Yeah, I got spanked a lot.
Yeah.
I saw a wooden paddle.
But that's
quite
because
bit
you
when
were
I
a
was
bad kid. Like you were.
I wasn't a bad kid. I just made.
You're a
bad-
troublemaker.
bad-
You're a little
bad
troublemaker.
choices.
You were a little troublemaker.
I just made bad choices at certain times. Other times, I was a good kid. I think we're all good and we're all bad. Like we all do it at different times of our lives.
Brad, I came home one day.
Uh huh.
I don't remember how old I was. I was young.
Mm-hmm.
I came home one day after playing outside. I don't know how long I was out.
Mm-hmm.
And I opened the door. I walk inside. My dad's chilling there, sitting at like I think a computer desk or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just looking at me. I'm like, did I come at a wrong time? He's like, yeah. I was like, I had no idea what was going on. And then there was like a Capri Sun packet thing sitting there in front of him. And I got my ass whooped because of that. Because like I had left it.
Was that like the 100th time you had done it though, and he finally just had it? And he's like, I warned you over and over, and now here it sits again.
Who knows, Brad?
You're getting your butt kicked.
Who knows? But if you're gonna whoop your kid's ass for that, man, that ain't right.
Yeah.
Those are the types of things that like that mess with you down the road. Things like there's no reason I should remember that story. There's no reason, but I do. And I remember many stories like that. Or how like my dad would only go through my room. Like he would, my dad would, you know how in prison they toss the cells?
Toss the sails?
Cells. They toss the cells, like search everything and like.
Oh, in a cell, like a prison.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
I said prison, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. So he would do that to my bedroom, but only if he was drinking. And we're talking about every single paper he would find, we would have to look at and read, and I would have to explain, and this and that. Those nights were hell, Brad.
Yeah.
Hell, because my mom wasn't home.
Right.
My mom would work all freaking day.
Ah. Okay.
So it's just me and him. And he would just sit there, and he would go through every single drawer, look through every single, and it's like, and he'd have a belt in hand, just in case I didn't know something. And man, that's what I'm talking about. Like, that's some trauma shit.
Yeah.
You know, like, I shouldn't remember these things, but I do.
Right.
I remember very, very few happy moments.
Oh.
You know, when it comes to my dad.
Yeah, I'm saying maybe I have more happy moments, so they eclipse the bad ones.
Yeah. No, not me.
Yeah.
Not me. So I'm sorry for assuming you had a happy life or a good life or whatever, Brad. I know we all go through some shit, but I don't know. I think that what time are we at, Johnny? You haven't been telling me nothing.
Right about 50 minutes.
50? Let me say, Johnny, can I get that, please? Let me just say this one point before we end. I think that step parents, if you're able to find a great one, there's nothing better. Because a child does need to see an example of what a happy life should be. Right. Unfortunately for me, I'm not able to provide that right now. I try my best showing them happiness.
Right.
And I'm hoping that their mom is showing them an example of what a happy marriage looks like, a healthy marriage looks like over there, right? I'm hoping for that until I'm able to do it as well. Because now that, I'm older and stuff, I'm sure I can be a good partner. I haven't been able to show them that yet because I don't have anybody.
Right.
But if you're able to find that step parent, hold on to them, whether it's a mom or a dad, because those are very hard to come by. You never know what somebody's intentions can be. You see all these stories about just horrific stories I don't even want to bring up.
Right.
But I think that on the other hand, if you have a good co-parent, you have to put your foot down and show that person support with your children, because you never know how it's going to affect that co-parent. If you're willing to tell your kids, hey, this is my new husband, you have to call him dad, but they have a great dad right over here, that breaks my heart just even thinking about that. So I don't know, Brad. Is there anything else you would like to say about it? This, like I said at the beginning, this topic, it gets me going, man. I'm all hot and sweaty.
You are hot and sweaty, dude.
And
all steamy up in here.
Yeah, man.
No. I think we went at it. We were pretty good. We said a lot. We got a dad joke for the day, and this darkness with some sunshine. Let's see here. Short and tall people are very alike. The only difference between that tall people the only difference being that tall people hit their head on doorways and short people hit their head on the ground after being shoved down by a taller person who is establishing their dominance. Okay, I've got one right here.
Yes, please.
What do a tick and the Eiffel Tower have in common? They're both Paris sites.
That's so stupid.
Yeah, that was dumb. All right. Hey, guys. Once again, it is the end of the show on Dear Dad with Ivan and Brad. And we want to thank you for coming along on this little journey of episode 5. Hope you guys got some good information out of it. Let us know in the comments
if I'm crazy or not.
If you think, just go ahead and say he's crazy and then follow it up with your comment. But like us, share us, subscribe us, and comment. And leave us a video with a question if you have one. Thanks, guys.